approach. He went after it from kind of an inside-out approach, where he appealed to their insides to get the things done on the outside. And I always really thought that was the best way to do it. Instead of trying to drive them from outside in, the inside out just seemed like a whole lot more of the right way to do it. And so Bobby Dodd influenced, even though I did not have a personal account with Coach Dodd, he certainly influenced my coaching career in a lot of ways early on. And then I remember some of the great games of them in Tennessee, Georgia Tech and Tennessee, when quick kicks and the kicking game was so critical to the ball game. And I remember a 3-0 game. I can remember a 7-6 game, I think it was, and that was when I was very, very young, and that always impacted me about the importance of the kicking game and the emphasis that Coach Dodd put on that. And so, and of course, many of the men that he influenced and coached down through the years have been friends of mine and guys that I have a great regard for. So the Bobby Dodd legacy lives on big time, and we're grateful for his contributions to our game and our profession, and I don't think he'll ever die. And so thank you, Coach Dodd.
Coach Dodd, that's one of my favorite subjects. Because I've been a Tech fan and a Coach Dodd fan since I was 8 years old. And he's meant so much in my life. And he got me to make some right decisions for a change. Going to Georgia Tech was probably one of the best decisions I ever made. And he was a great influence on our life and our teammates. And just a kind of person that you want to be around and have your kids play for. He believed in character, he believed in education, he believed in athletics and sportsmanship, and that's what he taught us. And I'm just thankful that I got to know him and got to play for him, and he did so much for me in my life. And I just want to say thank you to him.
Well, my name is Tom Beck. I'm here to share a few of my memories in connection to Coach Dodd. My father had the honor of playing for Coach Dodd from 1948 to 1952. He was an All-American under Coach Dodd, under some of his really good teams back in the early 50s. And I was actually fortunate enough to know Coach Dodd even from my childhood days. He and his wife Alice, I always remember them as wonderful people. Dad started taking me to the games when I was, 3 or 4 years old enough to understand, and shared many good times there. I later went to Tech and played football myself, and met Coach Dodd many times over the years. I always remember the great lessons. Dad told many great Coach Dodd stories about how well the players were treated, about how differently they did things than other schools. How fun, football was many times, about all of the emphasis on character, the things that Coach Dodd emphasized with his players, and then ultimately the success that brought the program during those times of coaching in that manner. And Coach Dodd was always personally even helpful to me, helped me. I was throwing the shot put in high school, really didn't know how much, and he lined me up with some tutoring with some of the track coaches. We coached folks at Georgia Tech and helped me in that area. And then later years when I lived over in Collier Hills, I used to go by and say hello to him over at Bitsy Grant Tennis Center when he was over there playing with Bitsy, still playing doubles and playing cards in the afternoon. So he was a wonderful gentleman, and we all will always remember him.
My name is Jim Arnett, and I'm currently the president of the Bobby Dodd Charities Foundation. And I have many great memories of Coach Dodd. I grew up in Atlanta and always enjoyed watching his highlights show on Sundays after the game and his commentary about his players. And you could always tell how much he cared about them. And it was not just about winning, but it was about bringing up young men. And that was fantastic. I later had the opportunity to play football at Georgia Tech. It was after Coach Dodd had retired, but he remained as our athletic director, and enjoyed him. And also I have one other very fond memory, that when Coach Dodd came out with his book, Dodd's Luck, I had the opportunity to have him autograph 2 copies, one for my dad, who had been a longtime Georgia Tech fan, grew up and was a Mercer grad, but Tech was his team, and then one for myself. And he was just so kind and so personable. It was just a great experience.